Please watch the orientation video before your first workout. Remember, the speed, elevation, and pushing resistance values that we'll be using for this workout are general guidelines. As you become familiar with each exercise, adjust the values to your personal performance capabilities. Always operate the machine at values that are well within your personal capabilities. Anytime you feel overexerted or are in doubt about your exercise intensity level, reduce the values immediately or simply stop exercising. Okay, we're going to start out with a 1-minute warm-up. Going to walk at 2 miles an hour. Just going to get some blood flow going here. And while you're walking, let's go ahead and put 10 pounds of resistance on the console. This will get us ready for our next exercise. Okay, so you got about another 40 seconds here for the initial warm-up of just walking. Once we get past this, we're going to do a 2-arm planking motion where we're going to take the console, push it all the way forward. It's important to keep it pushed all the way forward during the exercise. And so we're going to be coming up on that in about 20 seconds. So we're going to go with a shoulder high grip. So if you want to just go ahead and reach up and get familiar with the gripping position, we're going to go there, and when you're going to have you push it all the way out in about 10 seconds. And you're going to hold it out with a nice straight arm grip, not completely locked out. And we're going to go in 4, 3, 2, 1, push it all the way out. Okay, and then with your posture here, we're going to keep your shoulders back. We're going to keep your hips underneath you so you're walking nice and upright. Okay, so we're going to do that for about 30 seconds. It's going to keep your core engaged, so it's going to keep that nice and tight. So we got about another 15 seconds of that. Again, we're getting, this is more of a warm-up mode. We're getting some blood flow into your torso area. So when we switch from this, what we're going to do is we're going to drop your left arm down in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and just keep pushing at that same 10 pounds. Be sure to keep your posture like we talked about, shoulders back. Okay, so this is going to give you a little bit more core engagement, more on one side with your obliques and so forth. Once we do this, we're going to go here about another 10 seconds to make it a full 2 minutes, and then we're going to switch to a left arm plank. So we'll go in 5 seconds, we'll go with the left arm up, and we'll drop your right arm down in 2, go. There we go, just drop that down. Okay, so we're going to go with that for another 30 seconds. Okay, now we're going to walk for 30 seconds at 2.5 miles an hour. We're going to increase the elevation to 6 degrees. Okay, this is going to get us ready for our interval movements. And so once we get another 10 seconds or so into it, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you push the weight all the way forward and hold it completely forward in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way forward. Okay, just hold it there, and now your posture doesn't really matter. Now I want you to get in the best power position to move the weight, whatever's comfortable, and whatever grip position for this particular exercise is comfortable also. So we're going to hold this particular movement for a full 2 minutes. So we've got about, you got about a little over 90 seconds to go. So just stay in that position, and for this particular move, at this elevation, we're going to be getting a lot more hamstring, glute involvement. Your low back's going to get involved, so we're going to get really, like I say, almost a total body movement into this. So we've got about another, you got a little over a minute and 15 seconds left to go at this particular move. Doing real well. Got a little over a minute to go. And so once we get past this next movement, and again, you got about another 45 seconds at this, what we're going to do is we're going to go to 30 seconds. We're going to bring the weight, we're going to bring the elevation all the way back down to flat, and we're going to just walk that out for 30 seconds. So again, we've got about another 30 seconds to go at this particular movement. Be sure to keep the weight all the way forward. Doing real well. Okay. So we're down to 20 seconds on this. And what like I said, we're gonna go to stay at the same speed. We're gonna go down to a flat elevation and no pushing. And so I'm gonna have you decrease the elevation back down to flat, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just stop pushing and drop the elevation all the way to flat. Okay, we're gonna just take a little bit of a breather here for this 30 seconds. And then we're gonna go to, while you're taking this breather, move the weight up to 15 pounds. Okay, and now we're gonna go to, in 5 seconds, we're gonna go to 3 miles an hour. So let's just go ahead and push it up to 3 miles an hour. And let's push the weight all the way forward and hold it, all the way forward. So go right there at that nice fast walking pace. So we're gonna do some interval training here. So we're gonna do this for only 20 seconds, and then we're gonna just walk for 20 seconds with no pushing. So you got 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, okay, just keep walking, don't push, okay? So we're gonna take, like I say, a 20-second breather here for this particular interval. And then we're gonna, in another 10 seconds, we're going to come back and we're gonna push for another 20 seconds. So in 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way forward, okay? Gonna go back to another 20-second pushing motion here. Okay? Keep going, keep going. And in 10 seconds, 7, 6, almost there. 2, 1, okay, just walk, don't push, okay? Okay, so we're going to continue this. We're gonna keep doing this same interval. So for another 3 sets. So in 2, 1, push again, hold all the way out, okay? All right, let's go another, so you got, again, it's another 20-second interval. So we're at gonna be almost at 6:40 here. So you got another 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and just walk. So now we're gonna do a 20-second walking breather. Okay, so while you're doing that, I want you to take the weight to 12 pounds. Okay, so we're at 12 pounds and we are going to bring the speed back to 1.5 miles an hour. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we're going to do for 60 seconds, we're gonna do a walking lunge. So I want you to get into a lower grip position, okay? And take a nice long extended stride for me where you're stepping out and letting your hips drop. Okay, and let's go. There you go. Nice, very good. Walk nice and forward, keep the weight all the way pushed up. Okay, there you go, very good. So we're gonna do this for another 45 seconds. This is gonna get a lot of hip flexor involvement, a lot of hamstring, a lot of glute. Can also get some calves. So just keep going with this. And you've got about another 35 seconds here of these lunges. And walking lunges are really different than lunges where you're carrying weight, because this is going to allow you to drive off of your hip, and so you're going to get a lot more hip extension and a lot more hip flexor involvement. So you got 15 more seconds here, and then we're going to take a short 30-second walking break. Okay, so in 5 seconds, let's go back to just a regular walk in 4, 3, 2, just walk, okay? Gonna do that for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna do 2 more sets of these lunges with intervals of walking breaks in between. Okay, so we're 20 more seconds. Okay. Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exact same thing all the way out, and walk and push. There you go. There you go. Nice steep lunge. Very good. Okay. Another full minute of lunges here. Staying at the same weight of 12 pounds. And a nice slow speed of 1.5 miles an hour. At 1.5 miles an hour, it may seem very slow, but what that does is allow you to get that nice long stride into it, so you get a lot more muscle involvement than if you were walking faster. It would shorten your stride. So you've got another 28 seconds here. Okay, just keep going. 20 to go. 15, okay, doing real well. Okay, in another, about another 5 seconds, we're going to take another walking break here. So 3, 2, 1, okay, let's just walk, don't push, okay. How about check your heart rate? Just grab the contact monitor and grab that for a second. And we want to do that on most of our walking breaks so that we have an idea where our pulse is. Okay, so in another 10 seconds, we're going to go into our last set of lunges here. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Let's get another full minute of lunges. Okay, 15 seconds into it, doing really well. Some people may not be able to get quite as much extension or range out of the movement as you're getting out of it, but still, regardless of how much of a range somebody can get out of this movement, they're still going to get a lot more, like I say, lower body, leg involvement with this type of exercise than just a standard walk or just a standard pushing motion. So we've got another 15 seconds here. Okay, so in 10 more seconds, we're going to go back to a walking break. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and just walk. Okay. And while we're taking that walking breather, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you bring the weight up to 12 pounds. Okay. And then we're going to take the speed up to 2 miles an hour. Okay. So in another 10 seconds here, we're going to start the chest pressing motion. So give me a grip right here. Okay, that wide grip. Okay. And now just with a continuous repetition of slow controlled pressing movements to do chest work, go forward. Okay. And now let's just try to stay in the same position on the running belt while a nice controlled motion, getting some chest and shoulder and tricep into it, but this is more of a chest press oriented type of motion. Okay. So we're going to go about another 10 seconds with this move. Okay. And then we're going to take a short walking breather, so keep going. Okay, now let's just walk and don't push. Okay, for the next motion, once we take this little breather, is I'm going to have you go into a shoulder pressing motion. For that motion, you'll need to grip a little bit higher on the machine, okay? And when I tell you here in about another 5 seconds, I want you to start that pressing motion, but I want you to lean forward slightly so that you get more shoulder into the movement. Okay, ready, go. Same motion, trying to stay in the same position, doing really well. Exactly, so you're just moving the console away, you're keeping your body in the same position while you walk. Okay, we're going to go with that for a full 30 seconds of presses. Yeah, and a little bit of torso lean just like you're doing there, we'll keep it into a nice shoulder pressing motion. Okay, and we've got about another 10 seconds here. Keep going. Nice and controlled. Okay, let's just walk, take a little bit of a breather. Okay, there you go, nice upright posture. You might want to intermittently check your heart rate by just grabbing the grip monitors there. Okay, we'll take about another 10 seconds here. And on this next movement, what we're going to do is we're going to go up high with a tricep motion. So same thing that we did with the shoulder presses where you lean into it a little bit. So we're emphasizing that muscle group. So in 3, 2, 1, go with the same motion. There you go. And really have to, this is when you really have to concentrate on keeping your torso in the right position and your body in the right position on the treadmill. Exactly, so you're just using as much tricep as possible to move that weight forward. Doing great, and we've got about another 15 seconds to go. Okay, keep pressing. That nice open palm motion also prevents you from getting much forearm into it, really concentrates on your tricep. Okay, so let's go about another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's take a 30-second walking break. Okay, so once we get 30 more seconds into it, while you're doing that, what I'm going to have you do is go to 12 degrees incline now. Okay, and then I'm going to have you increase the weight to 12 pounds when you get the elevation to 12. So we're going to be at 12 degrees incline, 12 pounds of resistance, and we're going to reduce the walking speed to 1.3. Okay, so now let's just take the weight, find a comfortable gripping position, and let's push it all the way up to the top. Okay, just hold it all the way up there, and this is going to be more of a strength movement. So this is going to be total body. It's going to require your entire body to keep this weight up this hill. Okay, so we're going to do that for 30 seconds, and then we're going to start bringing the weight and the elevation down a little. So this is the last segment of the workout where we really put you into a real strength movement here. So in another 5 seconds, I'm going to get you to bring the elevation down to 9 degrees. So go ahead and do that. Bring the elevation down to 9, and I'm going to have you bring the weight down to 10 pounds. And while keeping the weight all the way forward. You might want to experiment with a couple of different grip positions to see the one that's most comfortable for you. The one that gets you in the best position to keep the weight up there. Different ones are going to get your shoulders more, different ones are going to, bring in more low back. So in another 5 seconds, I'm going to have you bring the weight down to 8 pounds. Let's go ahead and move that actually down to 8. And we're going to bring the elevation down to 6 degrees. Okay, so we're going to stay in that position for a 30 seconds. And we're getting down to actually the last interval after this. So doing real well. Have another 15 seconds to go at this elevation and weight. So getting down to the last one in about 5 seconds, I'm going to have you bring the weight down to 6 pounds and the elevation down to 3. So go ahead and make those moves. Okay, and like I say, let's bring the elevation down to 3. There you go. Okay, great. So this is the last 30 seconds of the workout before we go into a cool down. Okay, and we've got about another 15 seconds. Okay, doing real well. So I'll tell you what, now let's go back to, let's just flatten the elevation all the way back to 0. Okay, and let's take the speed back up to 2 miles an hour and stop pushing. Okay, so now we're just gonna walk this out. So now you'll wanna do about at least a 3-minute cool down to get your heart rate back down to its normal, to your normal resting rate. And congratulations on a great workout.